Okay, so you've booked your trip to New York City, and your family and friends know what they want to do on the visit. One person wants to see 5 Broadway plays. Another person wants to go shopping on Fifth Avenue and Madison Avenue. And a third person wants to see single-speed bike polo being played on the Lower East Side. And you? All you want to do is get some great shots of the New York City skyline with your friends and family. Well, today is your lucky day, because I'm going to show you 3 great places where you can get some great shots of the skyline. Of course, there are hundreds of places in New York City to get some great shots. So consider these recommendations just a kickstart to get you going. I'm going to be traveling all over New York City, from Brooklyn to Queens and even to New Jersey. So one of these places is going to be near you. If you have the time, see all 3. So come join me as I show you these 3 great places to get fantastic shots of the New York City skyline. We're here at our first location in beautiful New Jersey. We're on the 14th Street Pier in Hoboken, New Jersey, just across the Hudson River from Midtown Manhattan. Some of the best views of New York City are actually to be had from New Jersey. As you can see, with the Empire State Building in the background, the view is spectacular on a beautiful day. And this pier is a definite must-see for a great scenic shot of the New York City skyline. One way to get to Hoboken is by the New York Waterway Ferry. The advantages of the ferry are that you get a great view of New York on the way, it's relatively fast, and it lets you off right on Pier 14, where you can take your photos. The downside of the ferry is that it costs $18 per adult round trip, but if you have limited time or don't mind spending more, the ferry is definitely a great way to get to Hoboken when the weather's good. The other option is taking a New Jersey Transit bus from the Port Authority station in Midtown Manhattan. The bus is convenient, relatively quick, and reasonably priced at $6.40 return per adult. There is a short walk from the bus stop to the 14th Street Pier, but it's hardly an inconvenience. If you're on a budget, the New Jersey Transit is definitely the way to go. If you'd like information about the ferry or the bus, click the link in the description box below to go to our blog post. We're here at our second location, and if you've seen our United Nations video, you might recognize it. We're in Long Island City, Queens, a neighborhood that's gentrified quite quickly, just across the East River from Midtown Manhattan. In the distance, you can see the United Nations, Chrysler Building, and Empire State Building. While we were looking at the west side of Manhattan from our first location in New Jersey, we're now looking at the east side from the borough of Queens. And yes, I'm on another pier, this time in Gantry State Plaza Park, which is easily reachable by the 7 train and just 1 stop away from Midtown Manhattan. Don't worry, I'll put all the details on how to get here and maps in the blog post with a link on your screen and in the description box below. You'll also find the iconic Pepsi-Cola sign in Gantry Plaza State Park, so be sure to check out the park and its great views. We're here at our third and final location, where you'll find exceptional views of the iconic Brooklyn Bridge and Manhattan skyline. We're just by Main Street Park in Dumbo, which stands for Down Under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass in Brooklyn, where you'll find this beautiful view of the Brooklyn Bridge, which you can see just behind me. You'll also be at a great starting point to discover Dumbo and the Brooklyn Bridge area. If you haven't checked out our Dumbo and Brooklyn Bridge area video, click the link on the right of your screen or in the description box below to learn about what you'll see in Dumbo and while crossing the Brooklyn Bridge. There are a number of places to get some great shots of the New York City skyline here in Brooklyn Bridge Park and in Empire Fulton Ferry Park, which is also just behind me. So I'm sure you won't leave Brooklyn without a great photo. I hope I've given you some good ideas about places to get some great shots of the New York City skyline. But remember, these are just recommendations. There are countless other possibilities. But if you're pressed for time between all the shopping, sightseeing, and other great things to do in New York City, I hope you find these recommendations useful. As always, the important thing is that you go and see New York City for yourself and get your own great photos of your trip to New York City. See you next time. If you liked this video, please like it and subscribe, and check out our other videos about New York City here on YouTube. You can also visit us at www.goandseetv.com for more information and videos about New York City.